It's never one big mistake that sinks you. It's the silent, slow drip. A series of traps so well hidden, you don't even realize you've walked into them until you can't get out. We live in a world of silent money drains. They don't scream. They don't announce themselves, but they're there. In the apps we don't use, the fees we don't notice, the habits we justify. This documentary is for anyone who's ever looked at their bank account and wondered, where did it all go? We're going to walk through 15 financial traps across 3 categories: lifestyle, mindset, and structure. Each one has cost people like you and me thousands, some even their futures. This isn't a lecture. This is your wake-up call. Let's begin. Meet Alicia. She's 29, works a 9-to-5, and keeps things tight. She budgets, or so she thinks. Every month, she plans to spend no more than $80 outside of rent and groceries. But one night, Alicia finally opens her full bank statement and checks it line by line. Netflix, Audible, Dropbox, a fitness app, Spotify, Disney Plus, 2 different meditation apps. And then, an app for language learning she hasn't touched since January. The final number, $347.39 per month. That's $4,168.68 a year. Enough for an emergency fund, a flight overseas, or half a car. The subscription economy thrives on one principle: forgetfulness. Set it and forget it works in your favor with investing. With subscriptions, it drains you slowly. Think about it. Would you willingly walk into a store and buy all of this at once every month? Probably not, but you are. You just don't feel it happening. What to do? Audit everything. Go through your statement and list every recurring charge. Use tools like Rocket Money or Mint. Cancel anything you haven't used in 30 days. Replace the subscription habit with intentional spending. Jamal started working as a junior designer at 22. He was earning $45K. By 30, he'd climbed the ladder, now making $105K. Impressive, right? Except Jamal has $0 in savings and $23,000 in debt. What happened? Every time he got a raise, he upgraded. New phone, nicer apartment, eating out 5 nights a week, vacations upgraded from road trips to resorts. This is lifestyle creep, the slow and silent expansion of your spending in step with your income. The trap is that you feel like you're moving up, but financially, you're stuck in the same place, or worse. Fixing it means practicing lifestyle deflation. Every raise doesn't require a new expense. Following reverse budgeting. Save first, then live on what's left. Delaying gratification by planning upgrades rather than reacting to income. Kevin had a 780 credit score at 26. Everyone told him, "That's amazing. Keep doing what you're doing." So he applied for new cards, made the minimums, and played the balance transfer game. For a while, it worked. Then he missed a payment. Then 2. Then interest kicked in. Within 6 months, he was at 610 and couldn't rent the apartment he wanted. The credit system is designed for confusion. You're told a score defines you, but the rules change constantly. Here's what you need to understand. Utilization is 30% of your score. Keep it under 10% ideally. Statement dates matter more than due dates for reported balances. Minimum payments only help your history, not your debt. Fixing it requires paying before statement closing, using snowball or avalanche methods, tracking your real-time utilization, not just the statement balance. Maya bought a $250 outfit for a concert, then some skincare, then new boots. All using buy now, pay later. It felt like magic, until the 3rd week of the month came. Her Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm payments all hit at once. Her bank account went negative. BNPL isn't evil, but it creates a false sense of affordability. The trap is mental. Only $62.50 today sounds easier than $250 overall, but 4 payments, x 5 items equals chaos. The solution: use BNPL only when the full amount is already in your account. Don't stack payments. Or better, treat BNPL like a credit card and ask, would I pay this off today? Meet Caleb. Caleb is 24 years old, working his first real job after college. On the surface, he's doing great. But underneath, there's a quiet struggle he's battling every weekend. Financial FOMO, or fear of missing out. Caleb can't say no to invitations. Whether it's dinners, concerts, weekend trips, or just casual nights out with friends, Caleb's there. He worries. If I don't go, will I be left out? Will my friends think I'm boring or cheap? But the cost? It's adding up fast. By the end of the year, Caleb finds himself $4,200 in credit card debt, just from saying yes too many times. Let's break down what those nights out really cost. Imagine spending $50 every Friday and Saturday on food, drinks, and ride shares. That's $100 per weekend. Multiply that by 52 weeks and suddenly you're looking at $5,200 per year. And that doesn't include the occasional concert tickets or extra spending during holidays. The problem with social spending is it often feels invisible. You don't see the damage until the credit card bill arrives. But why do we fall into this trap? First, there's peer pressure, the subtle, sometimes unspoken need to keep up. Our social groups create an unspoken standard of lifestyle. We want to belong. Second, there's lifestyle inflation through social circles. When your friends upgrade their phones, cars, or wardrobes, it feels like you need to match that level just to fit in. Lastly, there's the mental cost, guilt and anxiety when you realize you spent money you don't have. So what can Caleb or you do to break free from this trap? Set a social budget. Designate a specific amount of money each month for social activities. This Yes Fund lets you enjoy outings guilt-free while keeping spending in check. Communicate boundaries. Being honest with friends about your budget can be surprisingly freeing. Good friends will respect your limits. Seek low-cost alternatives. Propose free or inexpensive hangouts like potlucks, hikes, or movie nights at home. Mindful spending. Before saying yes, pause and ask, will this add value or joy that's worth the cost? Remember, social life doesn't have to mean financial stress. It's about balance, not sacrifice. Money is more than numbers. It's deeply personal, intertwined with who we believe we are. Meet Olivia. She's convinced she isn't good with money. She never invests because she thinks it's only for people with special skills or luck. This belief has kept her stuck in the same paycheck-to-paycheck cycle for years. Olivia's story is common. Our financial identities, the mental stories we tell ourselves about money, shape every choice we make. Are you a spender or a saver? Do you believe money is scarce or abundant? These mindsets come from childhood, culture, and even media messages. For example, growing up in a household where money was always tight can instill a scarcity mindset, the belief there's never enough. This causes anxiety and avoidance around financial decisions. On the flip side, some develop a sunk cost fallacy mindset, where they hold on to bad financial habits because I've already invested too much. Breaking these mental traps takes awareness and reprogramming. Try this. Reflect on your earliest money memories. What messages did you learn? Challenge negative beliefs. Instead of, I'm bad with money, say, I'm learning to manage money better every day. Surround yourself with positive examples and education. Remember, your financial identity isn't fixed. It can change with new habits, knowledge, and mindset. Inflation is a sneaky enemy. Prices creep up slowly and you barely notice until the bill shocks you. Between 2020 and 2025, grocery prices soared by an average of 38%. That means the same shopping list that cost $100 in 2020 costs nearly $140 now. Take the story of the Martins, a family of 4 who didn't adjust their shopping habits. Their monthly grocery bill ballooned by $220, squeezing their budget and forcing cuts elsewhere. But inflation doesn't have to mean suffering. Here's how to fight back. Inventory management. Keep track of what you already have. Avoid buying duplicates. Pantry-first cooking. Plan meals around pantry staples and what's on hand. Rotating discount cycles. Learn when your local stores rotate sales and stock up on essentials. Use apps and coupons. Technology can help find deals you might miss. With these tactics, you can stretch every dollar further and take control of rising costs instead of being overwhelmed. Imagine paying $14,000 on a credit card debt of just $3,000. Sounds impossible? Not when hidden interest works against you every day. Meet Sarah. She charged $3,000 to her credit card, but only paid the minimum balance each month. Over 8 years, she ended up paying nearly 5 times that amount, $14,000. Mostly in interest. Why? Because credit card interest compounds daily. Every unpaid balance grows, and paying just the minimum traps you in a slow, costly cycle. Let's look at the math. If you have a 20% interest rate and pay only minimum payments, your balance barely drops, while interest accumulates rapidly. There are 2 popular strategies to escape debt faster. Snowball method. Pay off smallest debts first for quick wins. Avalanche method. Pay off debts with the highest interest first to save money long term. Or you can choose to do nothing, but that's the most expensive choice. Understanding amortization and compound interest is key to making smart debt decisions and avoiding costly traps. Time is money, but often we forget just how much. Take 2 people, Alex and Jamie. Alex started investing in a Roth IRA at 24. Jamie waited until 34 to start. By age 60, Alex's account is worth nearly double Jamie's. all because of 10 years of compound growth. The trap here is procrastination, disguised as "I'll start later." Every year you delay investing or improving your financial situation costs you potential growth. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative you give up. When you wait to start saving or switch to a better bank account, you're losing out on interest, rewards, or knowledge. Use online compound growth calculators and robo-advisors to see how your money can grow. Conduct a time audit. How much time do you spend avoiding money tasks? What could you do instead? Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Banks don't always tell you the whole story. Meet Lisa, who faced $150 in overdraft fees last month alone. She didn't bounce checks or make big withdrawals, just a few small mistakes and poor alerts. Banks make billions every year from fees like overdraft protection, bounced checks, ATM charges, and maintenance fees. These small penalties add up silently. Take a look at your bank's fine print. The terms and conditions often hide these charges in dense legal language. How to avoid them? Use online banks with no-fee accounts. Set up low-balance alerts. Avoid using out-of-network ATMs. Keep a cushion in your checking account. With a little vigilance, you can cut bank fees down to zero and keep more of your money. Now, let's hear from real people, or dramatized stories inspired by real events, who fell into financial traps. There's Mark, who thought his low-interest loan was a great deal, until hidden fees doubled his payments. Then Tara, who skipped renter's insurance and lost everything in a fire. And Luis, whose buy now, pay later habit left him juggling multiple debts with no way out. Have you ever faced a hidden money trap? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could help someone else avoid the same mistake. Student loans can be a stepping stone or a financial quicksand. Jess signed for $52,000 in loans without fully understanding the terms. Federal loans come with grace periods, but private loans often don't. Interest capitalization, when unpaid interest is added to your principal, can increase your debt silently. Loan forgiveness programs exist but come with complex eligibility. Income-driven repayment plans offer relief, but missing paperwork can send you into default. Understanding these options is crucial. Look at the difference. Standard 10-year repayment versus income-driven plans stretched over 20 years with lower monthly payments but higher total interest. Knowledge can save you thousands. Insurance should protect you, but it can also trap you. Many overinsure, paying for policies they don't need. Others underinsure, risking devastating losses. Not having renter's insurance means your belongings aren't covered if disaster strikes. Health insurance deductibles can be confusing, leading to unexpected bills. Gap insurance on cars can seem like a good idea until you realize you're paying for coverage you don't really need. Regularly review your policies. Ask yourself, do I understand my coverage? Am I paying for extras I don't need? Can I bundle policies for savings? Yearly checkups with your insurer keep you protected without breaking the bank. Buying a car often feels like a milestone, but it can be a money trap. Leasing sounds expensive, but buying isn't always better. Hidden costs like depreciation, insurance premiums, maintenance, and repairs add up fast. Let's break down a 5-year ownership cost of a mid-range sedan. Purchase price. Insurance. New cars cost more. Depreciation. Value drops 40 to 50% in first 5 years. Maintenance and repairs fuel. In many cases, leasing or even using a reliable used car saves money. Make decisions based on total cost of ownership, not just monthly payments. Brian freelances and makes $85,000 a year. Sounds great, right? But he owes $18,000 in taxes he didn't save for. Self-employment taxes include both the employer and employee portions of Social Security and Medicare, roughly 15.3%. You must pay quarterly estimated taxes or risk penalties. Plus, tax deductions can be confusing. What qualifies and what doesn't? Use tax calculators or apps like QuickBooks to track income and expenses. Hiring a CPA can save money long-term by optimizing deductions and avoiding mistakes. Plan ahead, save often, and stay organized to avoid this expensive trap. The final trap is the one-day mindset, the endless delaying of financial responsibility. I'll start budgeting next month. I'll begin investing when I have more money. I'll save when things slow down. But life rarely slows down. Plans to start one day often turn into regrets. Hear from people who plan to start next year and now wish they began sooner. Procrastination feeds this trap, fueled by fear, overwhelm, or perfectionism. Break free by starting small. Set micro goals like tracking expenses for 1 week. Automate savings, even if just $10 a month. Educate yourself in bite-sized pieces. The key is momentum, not perfection. You're not stuck. You're in a system designed to keep you asleep. But once you see the traps, you have the power to avoid them or escape them. This video has given you 15 critical insights into hidden money traps, from subscriptions and social pressure to debt, taxes, and mindset. Now it's your turn. Download the 15-point checklist linked below. Start with one trap today. Share your story in the comments. Subscribe for more financial wisdom. And watch our next video, The Broke Cycle, Why Most Americans Stay Trapped. The climb out is tough, but every step forward is a step toward freedom.